head.
Welcome back to another edition of Tunny and Cash. I'm PC Tunny. That's Ray Cash. He is one tired yet excited brother. I am the commissionaire, and here we are again. We have just been all over WrestleMania week this week on this YouTube channel, bringing you as much content as we can, no matter if it's bandwagon nerds, if it's sports, if it's different kind of podcasts covering wrestling past, covering the Wrestling Mania card leading up to it on a whole bunch of different shows with a whole bunch of great people here on Chairshot Radio Network. Ray Cash has been working really hard. Ray, I haven't told people what the next premium event is at the website.
Mm.
The only thing I did say, which could mean anything, because we just did a draft, especially, so they're not on the scent. As I said, people have already started picking things. That's the only thing I've said. So I don't know. Do you want to announce that here, or do you want to wait?
No, we can do it, bro. Yeah, let the anticipation build. So for those of you who aren't familiar with our new website, our new revamp, we're trying to do some new cool stuff for you guys, the listeners, the readers, and the viewers. New website is ready. Just got to get the hosting situation fixed, but that'll be up very, very soon. And we're gonna do every month is gonna be a premium event. Yes, I stole it from WWE. No, don't make us change it, WWE. Where everybody on the website is going to be involved with one common thread. April was the chair shot wrestling fantasy draft. This month, you got a drum roll in your stuff, by the way, Tony. Hit me with that drum roll.
I got you. Drum roll is coming. How about a drum roll?
Chair shot's take on what if 31 what ifs, 31 days in the month, there's 31 what ifs. And yeah, there's gonna be some big ones, the ones that everybody talk about, like, well, what if WCW won the Monday Night War? There's also some fun ones. Like, what if Sasha and Naomi never walked out? Thank you for that. So yeah, so it's gonna be some cool stuff. We're gonna have the blurbs. We're gonna have articles written by some of your favorite chair shot people. Maybe some people that aren't with the chair shot. We'll see. But yeah, rock with your boy. Every day, something new. Every day, day of March. On top of that, I got another one. Give me one more drum roll, Tony. A lot of you have been liking the historical theme for April, which was Legends of WrestleMania. The historical theme for May, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So basically, everything Andrew Blass. So we're
Is it
working on
Pacific?
that for you.
Isn't Pacific Islander Samoan though as well?
You know they got to say that in the wrestling parlance, Pacific Islander, because it would just be all Samoans and Tongans. But there's a lot: Micronesians, Guamanians.
But I'm saying that's a
Um,
big part of it, though.
that's yeah, in the wrestling parlance, yeah, for sure. So it's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, I
Got a
can't
lot of
wait.
cool
I
stuff
can't
coming for
wait.
you.
Last housekeeping. Yeah, that chair shot fantasy wrestling draft. That's gonna be that story's gonna be told to you guys on a special podcast series, and with some cool video game stuff too that DP and I are working on. So just
So excited about that.
hang tight. That's coming, and it's just gonna be a kind of a slow thing. That's basically gonna lead us to the other side of the calendar, and we can talk about that later on.
But
So
but that's also the pilot essentially for our chair shot gaming side. So look
true.
at that.
Should be good. All right, hey, let's get into it. The big news coming out of WrestleMania Night One. We don't have to talk about how a small, like a vocal minority, is really trolling the shit out of WrestleMania last night. Ray and I got into it a little bit last night because we care so much and because we're both fucking exhausted. And even though we love each other, we're
It
even a
was good
little
stuff.
bit sick of each other too, as
It
well,
was
right now, because we've been doing a whole lot of stuff. So patting each other on the back for it, but it's good podcasting. It was a good night. Was it a great night? No, but it was a good night. Here's the big news coming out of it, though. Not all that bullshit. It's Cody Rhodes is injured. Is it a kayfabe injury, or does he legit have a broken orbital bone?
I think there's something legitimate wrong with his eye. I don't know that the orbital bone necessarily may be broken, but even before the punt, he was still favoring it. So there is definitely something wrong with it. And they have legitimate shots of him looking normal and that bad boy was closed. So it could be a situation like Live where the eyes where you got a black eye and it's shut. But you and I know very well, being athletes of our day, it don't look like it no more for me, but I'm getting there.
Hey, I'm just a golfer now, honestly. I went bowling. DP and I went bowling with the Dillinator like over the winter, and I pulled my groin. Like I'm like, no,
Trying
I
to tell you,
just
bro.
golf now. I don't run anywhere. I
Trying to tell
retired from
you,
basketball 10 years ago, softball 5 years ago. That's it.
it's
It's
very,
it's it's
we're
cooking,
old,
it's cooking and golf. That's it.
very old. We're old, y'all. But it doesn't take much to break an orbital bone. That's actually your skull is one of the hardest bones in your head, but the orbital area seems to be pretty easily broken. So I'm not surprised. I do believe it.
All right. Well, that should be interesting because how long will he be out of action? Storyline wise, he'll have to wear a mask again. He's been there before.
Now that would be interesting.
I mean, that could be a whole part of the thing. It could be all played up like that too. Like that leads him back into being a bad guy because he has to wear this mask and he has to relive all this stuff. But I don't know. I don't know that that's the fun thing that they can do. And I know you got to return to me real quick. Is even if it's not broken orbital bone, they can say that and use it in the story. And what are you going to do about it?
100%. And I mean, who it's a story based show. So who cares if it is broke or isn't? It's interesting if it really is because how he'll be out if he needs to, but that also could be a means to an end to the purported celebrity tag match at Backlash as a reason for for Randy not to get the title match.
Let's say it's broken and it's bad enough where he's going to be out long enough that you just can't wait. You have to do something with the title. What do you do with the title? Do you just do a
You-
quick do you do it pick two people? Do you pick four people? Do you have a bigger tournament? As I turn on
I
the
would.
pre-show, Daniel Cormier is on the show pre-show live with Joe Tess and Big E. That's awesome.
By the way, quick Cormier point. They love Cormier so much, even outside of the TKO situation. Cormier was interviewed to be Ray Barrett's spot as the
Oh, he loves pro
color
wrestling.
commentator. Oh, he
They're
loves it so
they're
much.
they're previewing the Brock and Oba, and what a better spot that put him in to preview Brock and Oba with
Right?
these two guys, right? I
And
mean,
you know
they're
who his
doing
best
great
friend is,
things with
right?
ESPN. What's that?
You know who his best friend is, right?
No.
Jacob Casper, aka Julius Creed.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
suppose they probably have been done a lot of training together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When Cormier just did the what's the show, the Ultimate Fight, not yeah, Ultimate Fighter, the when they're the coaches,
Yeah.
WWE, that's one of the reasons why the Creeds were off. WWE let him be one of the coaches.
Oh, okay. See, I don't watch that anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
get it.
good stuff though.
It is very
I
good stuff. It's
watched at the
great. It's a
beginning
great reality
more.
show. Um, I was making a point about what did you?
Daredevil? Was it Daredevil? No, was it the NHL playoffs? These are
No,
all
see, I
things
missed
I've
those
already.
shows.
These are already things I've talked about today.
I missed. Yeah, I missed it. You and one more show now and one more later on today
So
if you up
just
for it.
for the record, and sorry, Dave, but I literally at 3 o'clock, so like an hour and 40 minutes ago, I had to be like, Dave, I have to jump off the show. If you want to keep going by yourself, you can. Like we covered all the shows and stuff and had a good time. But yeah, it's just been a crazy week. So I hope you guys enjoy Bandwagon Nerds Monday
I
morning.
I remember the point. You asked me what would I do about the title if he's hurt.
Yes, yes,
I would
yes.
do a fatal four way. You can do qualifiers for the fatal four if you want, but the winner of that fatal four way fights Randy for the title.
We'll see. We're gonna find out probably. Uh,
Friday. Friday.
yeah, Friday on SmackDown. Yeah, they'll know more by then, or they'll let you know more by then if it's a story. But
It's a
I'm
story
looking.
regardless if it's real or not. Is
Right,
it
right,
kayfabe or not?
right. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing we're trying to figure out right now. And Kathy Kelly looks spectacular, sitting at the
Oh yeah,
ringside
man, I meant to have that on
announce
my phone watching along
table.
with us.
Yeah, I just was like, shit. I was watching the end of the golf tournament. And I'm like, well, since we're going to lead right up to the opening of WrestleMania like we did yesterday, which was excellent. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again to Chris Platt and DPP. Dave Ungar, we're going to be on with him afterwards. So be sure you check us out after. Jackie Redmond looks great in the ring as well. Stadium looks awesome. I'm guessing they're going to be closer to 60,000. They had 50,000, maybe close to 51,000 last night. A little disappointing.
It's not disappointing to me because we expected it wasn't going to be a great turnout. Well, okay, let me fix my words. 50,000 people anywhere is a great turnout. It wasn't the turnout that we initially expected, but I think a lot of people are putting it on the prices, which is real. A lot of people are putting it on the build to the WrestleMania, which I don't believe because I thought it was a really good build, but I'm in the minority, so cool. But the biggest issue is they did a back to back in Vegas, and Vegas is expensive.
Yeah, and then they
So,
raised it. They raised the shit out of ticket prices. Had to bring them back. Then they had to put them 25% off.
yep.
What are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's so many options for them to take WrestleMania to different places that they could sell out wherever they go for 2 nights, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot here on this one.
And Tunney, so traditionally when WrestleMania was usually kind of mid to late March, they kind of limited themselves to where they could go. Remember the Philly WrestleMania and the New York WrestleMania, and it was freezing, right? But now that you do it in the middle of April, why can't you go to Chicago at Soldier Field? Why can't you go to Milwaukee or Green
Well,
Bay? Like,
because there's not enough hotels.
well, Green Bay for sure, but I mean like these bigger places that are legendary,
I
you
mean,
know?
they did host the draft, but I don't. I would see them. That's the thing. I don't. They have so many places that they don't need to come here. They could do like a King of the Ring at AmFam Field or something like that
I
because
was
there's a
trying to show
roof.
you love. I was trying to show you love. A really good
No, I
movie.
know,
But
but they're
I
not.
meant
They're
more
not gonna.
Chicago. WrestleMania
There's
Chicago will be fire because
but
that's like the hotbed for wrestling right now.
I was thinking more of all the stadiums that have roofs now throughout North America, and not just that. You can go anywhere in the world now. You want to know how excited I am
True.
that next year when we cover WrestleMania, it's going to start at like 11 a.m. and I don't have to wait all fucking day to do
I
this.
mean, you're not wrong. Although I think I'm bummed personally. Saudi, how you feel about Saudi Mania if you're listening or whatever. That's in the
I just
zeitgeist.
talking strictly about the time. You could have
No,
your
no, no,
opinion
right,
on
right,
that
right.
one way
But,
or
but,
the
but my
other.
point is, I'm just bummed at the first international WrestleMania, not counting Canada, isn't London or Mexico City. Because those two cities mean so much to the history of professional wrestling. I don't think they can do Tokyo and make that work. But like, in
Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what, in all honesty, means the most to professional wrestling and in its entirety of its history?
what's that?
Money.
Or
I'm
De
sorry.
Niro,
I'm sorry, but I gotta give myself a
or
dig.
Euros. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good.
I get what you're saying though, for legacy wise and things of that nature, but the global impact has been great. Like we talk about it, all the overseas PLEs. Like for me personally, I like an earlier start time for a multitude of reasons, and
Same.
these crowds are just insane. I thought about the crowd last night. I'm like, it was good, but like a foreign crowd would have helped that card the entire night, just not the times when they were enjoying themselves the most. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
And even though it's
sure.
not really an American crowd, it's a little bit more mixed. They didn't seem as great of a crowd as there usually is at a WrestleMania.
So that's true, but I'm a little skeptical about that too because I've been in those big stadiums, and
Comes
I've
across
been.
different on TV.
It comes across different, and even like so, WWE loves to come to Houston, big city, really, really easy to get in and out. And I've been in the stadium where we're losing our mind and on watching on TV and it looks like we're not making any noise. I've been in the stadium where we're not making any noise and on TV it looks like we're losing our mind. So I'm very skeptical about how it came off from what we were looking at. No doubt that if there was some disconnect. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, but I'm not convinced it was like 50,000 people was just there sitting on their hands.
I will tell you at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, they will not be having the lights on the back of the seats.
They've learned
And
a
yes,
lesson.
Hawk wanted
Well,
you guys to know he's here as well. He's been
what's up,
trying to
Hawk?
show up on every
They're not
podcast.
gonna make a
He'll
stadium.
be quiet.
They're gonna use the actual stadium they have. They're not gonna go make a makeshift stadium.
No, I know, but I mean, I do like the aesthetic of the what's the new what's escaping my name, the Clippers arena.
Oh, into a dome.
Intuit Dome always looks good for wrestling as
No,
well.
so it's a good idea. I just don't think they didn't have a lot of time to check it. Remember, they built that stadium in a week.
Right. That was a makeshift kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they
they
literally
took
built
that apart
it's a
when they were
parking
done.
lot. It was a
Yeah,
parking lot.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, shout out to them for the engineers for making it. But you know
Well, as you can tell, folks, we really are willing to talk about anything but the card for the 12th time this week.
that
I
plus
kid,
it's
I kid. We're so close.
it
I'm pretty excited to kind of hash through
yeah,
it one
and it's
more
only
time.
6 matches, dog. Like we don't have a lot to talk about when it talks about the card.
Well, let's get into it. The first hour on ESPN, it's been confirmed Brock Lesnar and Obafemi will kick off the show, and this is probably the thing most people were looking forward to. I mean, I'm including Cody versus Randy and Roman versus Punk. People want to see this match, and it's the one that a large majority of the people agree the build has been really good.
I, we're gonna go back in time and talk about this is one of the better builds in WrestleMania history. I think. I had a friend text me out of nowhere saying, "Is this like WrestleMania 27 where they just showed up and fought?" I mean, you're not wrong. That's pretty much been it. Um, I love. You asked me last night on the post show, what was I looking forward to today, and I made it specific to the race only to make that point. But take that away. What I love about today and this weekend has been the kind of promotion both ways of so many new talent to prominent roles. And there is no better prominent role than to stand toe to toe with the dude who has been the litmus test for professional wrestling for 20 years. Mind you, go back and watch the entire build to this match, Ober and Brock. Brock has not got 1 ounce, one lick of actual, like, he hasn't hit the dude once. Every time Oba's gotten the better of him, even in the brawl, Oba's gotten the better of him. So like we one thing we know about Brock as a dude, Brock he either got to really like you or really see money in you to sell the way he's been selling for this dude. So that tells you more than anything else that we can talk about, Will.
Everybody you've heard talk about him, even including like John Cena, and you talk about Brock Lesnar being willing to put this guy over. Verbally, people like John Cena and other people are like, yeah, this guy's the real deal. He's talented. He's the next thing. He's the next moneymaker. He's the next brand, ambassador, face of the brand. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun, and not to bring it up, but this is going to get its time because there's only 2 matches in 1 hour.
It's gonna
The
get
one
his
thing I
time,
will
but does it
say
need
about,
time?
I mean, how long is how okay? At least how much time should the belt spell have, and what's too much?
I don't think it should go from bell to bell. It shouldn't go more than 10 minutes because neither of these guys. Oba's shown. I watched all of NXT. Oba wrestles 15, 20 minutes regularly. But if a car crash don't last long, dog.
We'll see what happens there. Is there interference? Does Brock officially join the Vision and Logan Paul and Austin Theory and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman come out and Gunther makes the save or something, and now we got two forces going against the same thing? Is
I
that too
think
much
that's.
booking by Tunney?
I think it sounds a lot cooler than it is. I'm. I'm not saying it's not doable, but I don't want to see it only because I want to see these two behemoths stand alone. And that's the cool thing about Brock is Brock doesn't have affiliations. Anytime Brock stands up for somebody else, it's only because he's helping out Paul.
So who wins? And if it's Brock Lesnar, are you okay with it being clean?
Well, this is like my 15th time making this prediction because we've been on 75 shows this past week and a half. Oba should. I have Brock winning. I have Brock winning for 2 reasons. The,
You're
the
gonna say
first
what?
re
Yeah, you're gonna
yeah,
say what I'm gonna. Go ahead, hit it.
first reason is sometimes too much too soon can hurt a person. And with Oprah's gonna be here for 20 years, dog. Brock may have a year left, and Tunney has a specific booking idea that Brock has to win to get there. The second reason I think is I want Brock is a fighter, right? He is a fighter. Fighters lose. That's normal for them. What fighters are not used to doing is not being able to finish the fight or walk away from the fight. And I think if you do a situation going back to the WrestleMania 27 situation I mentioned, where Brock beats him, like taps him out or something, but can't walk away, and Oba walks away, and Brock has to question his mortality for the first time since he superstar pressed himself on his head. I think that could be a really interesting story. Also, if Paul Lee's introduced is impressed by Oba and is flirting with Oba when he got Brock right there, that could be interesting. I think more than just Oba winning and moving on and fighting JD McDonough. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're going to have to handle everything at the highest level moving forward, regardless of what the result is. I mean, if you think Brock Lesnar is going to get retired by Gunther at SummerSlam in Minnesota, then you really can't have. That's why I had Gunther winning last night, and he won, and that's why I have Brock winning now because I think that's happening. And like you said, there's plenty of ways to still get Obafemi over and have Brock Lesnar go over. The problem is Oba's never going to have the chance to get that win on his resume. That's the only reason I could see him winning here is because listen, if it doesn't happen here and he's retiring, it's not happening. Now if he's not retiring, then I, how long is he through is he stay through WrestleMania 44? Okay, then you got enough time to do a lot of different things. But if it's just through next WrestleMania, I guess there's still some time there. It's like we were trying to talk about who's going to win the I Show Speed match. I know it's not on that type of level, but it
Sure.
really depends on how much time Brock Lesnar wants to have left in the business.
I think Brock wrestles one more match between now and SummerSlam because now we have such big PLEs that are overseas now. They're bigger. Um, but also, I know your situation is right. He needs to win to get to that point.
If that's
Um,
happening.
if it's happening, but I, I think Oba's the man, and statements matter. And what a statement it'd be to say Oba beats this dude in his first WrestleMania. I'm just scared about where you go from there because that's too slippery a slope to fall down. But my God, the statement would be earth shattering if he does.
The other match is the match that if you tuned in for this just because of the Brock Lesnar name and you have ESPN, you have cable, you have YouTube TV, you have the Direct TV, you have the ESPN channel, you may not have ESPN Unlimited plan, which is what they would love for you to get on the app. And that's where the rest of WrestleMania can be found. Now, if you already have ESPN through cable or satellite, you already have ESPN Unlimited. So they're just happy about picking up more numbers on ESPN Unlimited and maybe getting a few more dollars along the way. The match they're going to try and get you to do that with, stick around, and you will stick around for a six-man ladder match featuring Penta, the Intercontinental Champion, putting his belt above. Ray's about to run around his room and do this and pop
I'm too
up in
tired to
different
run around, so I'm
places.
staying in my
Okay,
chair.
I
Too
got
tired.
you. It's been his podcast gimmick. Penta is a man on fire. Let me get through the rest of the card here so Ray can go ahead and take the rest of the time on this match. Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio is going to be in this match. Javon Evans, JD McDonough, my pick to win, and Rusev. Can it be Rusev Day once again, Ray?
It can be, but it won't.
Okay. I mean, I don't
I
think so
think
either.
there's only two real choices for the there's only two real choices for this match, in my opinion, and that's Penta retaining or that boy that's Mousy. And I think again the big thing for the night's gonna be them new boys showing that they not new no more. They are the boys. And so if Oba does win, I wouldn't be shocked if Javon wins and then Trick wins later on that night. And like you really see we are turning the corner. But my pick is Javon.
I see. I have the Judgment Day having an undefeated weekend. JD picking this belt up. Ray or Dom. We're going to talk about
You
Dom. That stipulation of that match changed, by the way.
what
Um,
changed?
well, we're going to get to it. You're going to
Oh,
have to wait.
breaking
Don't look
news.
it up either. Don't look it up. Just be surprised. You son of a biscuit. All right, so those are the matches on there. I can't wait for the ladder match. You know who I thought they should have had in this IC ladder match instead of Rusev? I'm okay with Rusev. Was Zach Cardona because of his history winning the Intercontinental Championship match uh, in a ladder match at WrestleMania. It's like the
Well,
loudest I've ever popped in the history of WrestleMania.
while we're at it, Ray shouldn't have been in this match. It should have been Vikingo, but
I thought
you know
Vikingo
why?
might beat Penta because they wrestled for it at one of the
Yeah,
AAA.
last Saturday. Yeah.
I thought because when you brought that up, I was like, and then I saw that and I was like, oh, if he wins, they could just have him add it in and he could lose it right back and said he had it, and things of that nature. But yeah, it would have been cool. Taker's doing great work down there. All right, they were chanting it last night in the women's tag team match. And by the way, Nia and Lash continue to be the best dressed at WrestleMania. That was an epic, epic tribute to a team that was just inducted into the Hall of Fame Demolition. But as bad as the build as bad as the build surrounding this title was, in my opinion, leading into WrestleMania, here we are, the Gingerbread Man against the one man with lemon pepper steppers, Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. I think we all have Trick Williams being the United States champion after the end
We
of this
do.
match.
We do. You ever seen those commercials with Matthew McConaughey about how everything in football is about food?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This match feels like that, doesn't it? Lemon pepper steppers and the gingerbread man.
Gingerbread man. Well, like, yeah, I mean, I guess definitely I could probably throw a pizza in the be it, if I throw it in when the IC title match goes, let it get a little extra crispy, let it cool down. By the time we get to the lemon pepper steppers and the gingerbread man, everybody
Trick,
loves
Trick,
pizza.
Trick got to win, but man, it'd be some shit if Sammy does the most heelish shit ever and cheats, wouldn't it?
Well, that'd be a great way to get him over to start it as a heel.
Agreed, agreed. But not. I think Trick wins. Again, statements are important.
Oh boy, we are 3 minutes away from WrestleMania. Let's get through this.
Let's do them quick.
I
Yeah.
got Dominic Mysterio street fight. It's been changed into a street fight. I got Dominic Mysterio beating the Demon.
Respect to that pick, and I love Dom. Easiest pick of the weekend. Demon wins.
I can't wait to text everybody after that. After I'm right.
I'll be by my phone.
The second to last, the penultimate match of WrestleMania, not just night two of all of WrestleMania, is Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley. I love the heel faction surrounding Jade Cargill. I think it's great for the women's division, but I think it's time for Mommy to be back on top. Whether or not they want to flip this title back and forth and continue this feud, I just think this night it's time for Rhea Ripley to once again be, if not the top champion in the women's division, one of the top champions in the entire world.
Love Rhea. Very deserving. I think Jade wins because I think you really need to set up another person that's important. And Jade's about to have some really, really possible good people to wrestle. Charlotte comes to mind. And I think EO is the reason Rhea loses, but not because EO messes it up, because EO comes trying to help her and distracts her, and Rhea loses. And then we're getting into Rhea finally turning on EO.
Very good possibility. A lot of stories they can tell. They definitely are not painting themselves into a corner surrounding this match. Head of the table. Yes, it's time. CM Punk. I got an article out on CM Punk and his legendary WrestleMania career.
Shout
Head
out
over to
to Tony, the writer.
the chairshot.com podcast articles. There's more coming too. There's more articles coming. Roman Reigns, the head of the table. We said it before, leading into Royal Rumble. If Roman wins the Royal Rumble, he's winning at WrestleMania. It's time for Roman to be back on top. I already said a great feud for him over the summer and a headline of pay per view would be him and his cousin Jacob. I got Roman Reigns. I think CM Punk has done an amazing job since he's come back to WWE, especially after the injury. In a place he might not have supposed to have been in. He's carried the fucking ball for his side, carried his weight, and done a great job of being a champion heading into WrestleMania. But I got Roman tonight
I acknowledge my future world heavyweight champion and new.
and new. All right, there you have it, folks. We'll be back after WrestleMania. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Follow me at PC Tunney. Follow him at It's Ray Cash. Follow everything at Chairshot Media. Last
I'll
words?
be, I'll be tonight. I'll be one more tired brother after the night, but we're ready
Put
to
that in,
go.
put
Enjoy
the light.
WrestleMania.
Yes, enjoy it.
TheChairShot.com. Always